Day 6 of the COSAFA u17 championships, and the stakes could never have been higher. The pressure is boiling over in this cauldron of Southern African football as Namibia and Zimbabwe step into a match that could define their destinies. We've reached the business end of the competition, and this is do or die territory where the margins are razor thin and the costs of mistakes are immeasurable. Soweto Stadium once again serves as the canvas upon which Namibia and Zimbabwe will hope to bring life to their footballing dreams in this year's edition of the competition. Namibia enter this contest riding a wave of momentum. Their campaign reignited by a dramatic last-minute winner against Eswatini. It was a moment of resolve born from their unyielding determination to fight until the final whistle. Known for their disciplined structure and bursts of individual brilliance, Namibia thrives on grinding out results and making every opportunity count. Zimbabwe, on the other hand, arrives bruised but not broken. A 5-1 defeat to Zambia was a bitter pill to swallow, but this is a team with a proud footballing tradition and resilience to rise again. The young Warriors possess a flair in attack, often unlocking defenses with quick and intricate play. The players walk out with purpose, the anthem of CAF swelling around them, a reminder of the honor and privilege of this stage. This is the proving ground where young dreams are forged out of the weight of expectation and the fire of competition. There is no tomorrow here, no second chance, only now, only this one opportunity. Let the battle begin. But for now, let's start with the anthem of Namibia, the signage of diplomacy. Let's go down to the anthem of the Namibians.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for the singing of the national anthem of Zimbabwe.
anthems are done, the emotions are high, and the stage is set. For these young players, it's a moment to carry the weight of their nation's colors and turn pride into performance. Namibia stands with quiet determination. Their journey so far marked by resilience and a refusal to yield. Their last gasp victory against Eswatini was a testament to their grit, and now they'll channel that same spirit into this crucial encounter. Zimbabwe, on the other hand, know that today is about redemption. The scars of their loss to Zambia are fresh, but they have the talent and the resolve to turn things around. It's a chance to show that setbacks can be springboards for greatness. And that's how they line up then the respective sides. For coach Gerald Gutsa, he makes one change, and it's a change that I think he was forced to make. Joandre Modinga, after a brilliant performance coming off the bench against Eswatini, gets to start today in the midfield alongside Muller and Deccan Brock. Otherwise, it's all but standard, with the back line consisting of Geseb, Bell, Malgas and Smith. Let me acquaint you with the referees then. Tempinkosi Dlamini from Eswatini takes charge of this one, so assisted by Nandipa Menze, Lamek Piri and Notando Nkumane. Zimbabwe have gone with a consistent approach as Beckyfield Chivenga, despite the 5-1 loss, says there's been lesson to learn there by the sides, and it's the same team. Chiwowo, Chingoka, Chibeka, Edendera in the back line. Macheke, Shoniwa and Mazokera in the midfield. Sadomba was unable to fire in that game, and they were able to really keep quiet. Tadiwa, Chakuchichi were the Zambians. Those guys will be looking to fire on early here. So this is no ordinary game. It's a battle for survival, a chance to keep the dream of Ivory Coast alive for Namibia and Zimbabwe. As the whistle draws closer, the air is thick with anticipation, and all that's left is for the players to write their chapter in this unfolding story. So who wants this one more? We already concluded Group A yesterday with Angola confirming themselves as the first semi-finalists of 2024. Mozambique on 4 points. So for these teams, what they'll be aiming for is potentially to finish as the best second place team, with Group C still also to be decided in the 1500 kickoff today. So it's a double header in the under-17 COSAFA qualifiers, in the CAF qualifiers and COSAFA championship. And well, with the narrative of Group C waiting to unfold, these two teams will know that it's upon themselves to write their own script. And so we're underway then for match 15 of a match card filled with 21 games as Namibia take on Zimbabwe at the UJ Soweto Stadium. Namibia in the blue and white, Zimbabwe all in yellow here for the game. So let's see what type of start the Zimbabweans will be able to make. They started off really fire-powering against Eswatini on their first match day, back on Thursday. But I hear they've had a good day to rest and recover, to take some lessons. These games are classrooms of growth, lessons, many memories that will be made by the youngsters and athletes participating in this championship. They really played well, did Zimbabwe, for large parts of the game against Zambia. Zambia scored 4 goals in the space of about 12 minutes towards the end of the game. At minute 75, the game was still level, as we see Musvona try to get in there early. This is Antoine Adriano Gawab, back by Musvoa. Here's the man, Joandre Modinga of the University of Pretoria, plays his football in South Africa, does jersey 11. Now, Sodomba. El Shaddai, one of the players to score a hat-trick, the first player to score a hat-trick in the championship. El Shaddai Sodomba. Misfired against Zambia. The only goal that they scored against the Zambians was a brilliant free kick by their midfield general Valentine Macheka. There's Modinga, really influential in scoring the goal to equalize for Namibia. Equalizer was scored by Stephen Kamulu, who starts off with the bench today. So Kamulu gives way for Modinga. Zambians were really able to isolate and keep quiet the skillful Tadiwa Chakuchichi. In their game, I think he didn't have all too many touches, eventually taken off by Bekifield Chivenga. So like I've mentioned, Angola, one of the semi-finalists already. They'll play the second best placed team as Brayton Pulse here. Almost profits from some shaky defending from the captain Chibika. Tariso, Joshua Muller. This Namibian team is here to play here today. It's really in the second and third games where you really see teams start to find their momentum and start to gel. There's a little bit of imposter syndrome and fear in the beginning when teams start to play, and this Namibian side has showed that they will become better and stronger as the games go by. They also lost by a heavy scoreline against the Zambians, 8-0. First touch for Jamie Dendera. Sodomba is fouled. Mauricio Smith. Goal blessing Kuchana for Zimbabwe today. Gets his first starts. They previously were starting with Sianda Zimba, and Blessing gets first feel of the legs as he goes for Sodomba. Sodomba's fouled, or is he? You think he's may have chipped on his own feet there. Referee says play on. Everett Bell looked to clear. He was replaced early on because of quite a heavy hit from ball to face. Everett Bell, happy to see that he's all okay. No concussion after that test took place. As Andriano takes it to Chibika. Now Andriano in space once again. Namibia opening up. It's going to feel a bit like a basketball game, this end-to-end stuff. In fact, all of the games now in the championship will feel like finals. Tariso takes his man on. Does he take Mpumelelo Malgas with a sliding tackle that eventually brings in goalkeeper Kavenji? Zimbabwe's winners back in 2007 of this competition. It's been a very long wait for them for another success. Precisely 17 years since they've won the title for Namibia. They've also been one-time winners.
Come back.
The boys working at possession, really equally contested early on here in this tie. There's an intention to not sit back and to take the game by the scruff of the neck by both teams. It's really that time of the competition where you've got to do that. Chiboka hits the ground for Zimbabwe. After that collision with Brayton, now it's coming here to Valentine. Valentine Macheka hits the target. He's got 2 goals so far in the championship, does Valentine Macheka. 1 against Eswatini, a free kick against Zambia. The left footer has already started asking questions. Here's Macheka, looks for Tariso. Plays it for the left winger, running onto it there.
Okay, boys, hey, we go Kapana. Now!
Possessed by the Zimbabweans. Adomba won't quite get there. Now it's Tadiwa Chakuchichi cuts back. Chakuchichi fires, takes a touch of the defenders.
We'll be fine.
There's El Shaddai Sadomba. 3 goals so far for the young man Chakuchichi. That is a shot there. He has a very good relationship to the 2 players, Tadiwa Chakuchichi and El Shaddai Sadomba. They play in the same team back in their homelands of Zimbabwe, for a team called Golden Eagles.
Cooper! Send it wide! Don't rush, there's no rush there, man.
Here's a little bit of irony. The only tournament that Zim won, they actually won it in Namibia. 2007. Won it in the land of the Namibians, which they play against here today. It was a very successful campaign that back in 2007 by Zimbabwe, as they ate South Africa on penalties in the final of 4-2 after a 1-1 draw. They went through the pool stages of the competition, gaining wins against Angola, Eswatini, and ultimately sealed their place in the knockouts after they drew 1-1 with the hosts Namibia. Kutu scored both in semi-finals and in the final that day in that tournament for Zimbabwe. Mazokera to Sadomba, stays on his feet, does El Shaddai. Good defending by Mpumelelo Malgas. I've really enjoyed watching Mpumelelo Malgas. He's had to do lots of defending, and he's done his job like a real noble servant of the Namibian team. There he is. It's such good defending there, because anything that goes wrong, any contact in that box potentially yields a penalty for Zimbabwe. Namibia won their first tournament and only tournament in 2016. 8 years ago in the Mauritius Islands, where they also beat South Africa in a penalty shootout after the final ended 1-1. In fact, for the Namibians that year when they won it in the Mauritius Islands, they won both the semi-finals and the final on a penalty shootout. They were the penalty shootout kings. When it comes to knockout football, anything can happen. This is Andriano now. He's cut it out. Namibia could score first. Leaves his marker for dead and scores for Namibia. This wasn't part of the script for Zimbabwe, but the Namibians are all about rewriting the script, carving their own narrative. And Andriano Gwab gets his first goal and puts the Zimbabweans on the ropes here. Leaves his marker for dead, the man of CBS Academy. After 122 minutes of football almost, he gets his first goal. The defender, oh, look at that, beautiful football. It's the captain, Chibika. His diesel engine has not got running yet. Chibika has made a couple of those mistakes, and this time Andriano punishes him, punishes Zimbabwe. 1-0 Namibia. Now the game is alive. It took us all but a dozen minutes to get going here. Andriano wins it back, overlapping run from Smith. Namibian ladies have had good lessons to learn here from this competition. But their boys are showing the class. Tariso chases it down. So how do the Zimbabweans respond? They've gone behind twice. This is the second time they go behind in the tournament. Against Zambia, they went behind after Mapalo Simude scored, and this time it's Andriano. Voa to the box. Valentine Macheka. The boy with a brain in his foot hits it with his left. Kavenji played one game so far. The Namibians have gone for the changes in the goalkeeping departments. Solunga played one game. Kavenji played one game. Kavenji gets to start this one. This all-important decider for Namibia so far. They've got 3 points. 6 means they've got more than Mozambique, who's the second-place team in Group A. Botswana play the Comoros. Botswana also have 3 points. How it works then is that it's first head-to-head and then goal difference. Botswana, I heard they scored 6 against Mauritius. They may be well headed that way as Al Shaddai Sadomba takes it on the bye. Deckenbrock watching. Tariso on his inside. Now in the box, Tariso. Cut back, Valentine Macheka doesn't hit the target. Wow. This is a football development game now. Got 2 young teams. Youthful exuberance, willfully playing football with their imaginations and for their countries. Really makes for a good watch. I've enjoyed the initial stages of this one. The other 12 midday kickoff at the UJ AW Stadium sees Zambia go against Eswatini. Zambia looking to make it 9 points and confirm themselves as top of the group. The winner, of course, of this group plays the winner of Group C, where there's South Africa, Botswana, Mauritius, and Comoros. Bell. That's skillful from clear past Chihuahua. Chris. Down goes the Zaman Tadiwa Chakuchichi. It looks like, no, it's Sadomba. From the contact there from Bell, just it's a physical, it's a contact game this. And Everett Bell to commit that foul. Dead ball then for the Warriors of Zimbabwe. Man-on-man marking in the box. Now comes the ding in. Will fall here for Musvoa. Valentine Macheka gets his third shot. It's off target though. After Valentine Macheka plays for a team, well, I think he's from a school rather, known as Prince Edward. The scouting at Zimbabwe, similar to most of the nations participating here, is a bit of a hybrid between school and club. Every single region in Zimbabwe has got a school or a club, an academy that has offered young men to go to war in South Africa. They're trying to hold that ball, but Zimbabweans are all over them, not allowing them to find one another and make a pass. Now the left-footed strike up field, volley-like pass. It's going to fall for Macheka. Musbona. Now Sadomba to Tadiso, to the bye, to the box where they clip it up for Chakuchichi. Chakuchichi hits the target. It's saved by Kavenji. Well, he's had a good start to this one. Micheni Kavenji of Ocho Football Academy. Only conceded one goal. He played in that game against Swatini. Now counter drive. He's left his marker there. Once again sends one to the box where Cristiano Youssef perhaps is. Yes, Cristiano Youssef, the target for that ball. Malgas nearly an identical mistake to that of Chibika at the back. Cristiano Youssef. Toys with it, and then sees Mutinga of the University of Pretoria. Mutinga clips onto the far post. Gets the applause from the fans, from the goal scorer, Andriano. Mutinga so skillful. There's the man. I think it's Guiseb of the University of Pretoria and Mutingas of Kaizen FC. Mix those around. Looks for Macheka. Finds Tariso. Now Chibika, the centre half. Way out of centre-half territory, is going to be dispossessed, and perhaps they're going to be hurt here. Zimbabwe need to defend with 3. Shoniwa does good work. Sadomba, crucial touch. El Shaddai, Sadomba. His name gave me some problems pronunciation-wise in that game against Zambia. I think I've got it on the money now. El Shaddai, Sadomba. It's a beautiful touch. That's good first touch. That's a touch that's gone to school and is educated. And then just scuffs it wide. Andriano beats the defensive line again for Zimbabwe. It's not going to get past Chingoka. 30 minutes in, this has been definitely a good watch for the neutral supporter. Confirmation of the score for you 20 minutes in. And it's Namibia doing all the business here as Sadomba plays through his fellow countrymen and teammates Chakuchichi. Mazokera. Shoniwa with the low drive.
Sarase. Chinja. Karifamba.
Jenny Dendera. Some heartbreak yesterday in the last game between Malawi and Lesotho, where Lesotho leave Johannesburg with good lessons to take back home and a victory in their feather in their caps up against Malawi. So for the first time in some years, the Malawans don't qualify for the semi-finals. Seeming to be a different tournament, this one here in South Africa. The game that took place before this was a girls' game. And in that game, the South African girls lose and potentially knocked out by Madagascar. So it looks like there's lots of plot twists this year.
Yes, Chris. Yes, Chris. Yes, Chris.
Carlson Shoniwa. Nice comfortable with the back. The board at the back, the Zimbabweans as they usually are. Once the throw taken where it went out, the referee is very pedantic with that rule, as they should be. I mentioned that Namibia winners in 2016 after a penalty shootout against South Africa and Mauritius. Didn't come back, however, to defend their title in 2017. You know how it works with the development football. Some years you have good preparation and planning, and then in other years you plan too late, and perhaps it's better not to send a team to COSAFA as the goalkeeper doesn't deal with it there. They could be hurt now. Chakuchichi still on the ball. Muzokera. There's Tariso on the other side. Muzokera takes a touch off the head of Everett Bell. And he's applauded by all his teammates. Goalkeeper there will have his teammates to thank. He puts up his hand and says, I'm sorry, guys. Played short by Zimbabwe. Tariso to the back post. Sadomba. I like the look of this kid. He's agile. He's hungry. What you want, you need a boy that's hungry and wants to play. All these kids are willing. They've got the desire, they've got the talent, they've got the passion. Yusef tries to get the better of Chibika. Brock in the midfield sends to Guisep, the captain. Chakuchichi comes back. There's a nick and a foul on Tadiwa Chakuchichi. Good sportsmanship, but Andonis Guisep, he's the man then that's doing his studying out at Tuck Sport High, I would assume. He's from the University of Pretoria. That means he's only 16, he's not at university yet. He must be at Tuck Sport High, one of the good institutions, football development-wise, based in South Africa. It's one of those institutions that infuse education with football, similar to your School of Excellence products. Juan Remotenga. Juan Remotenga. He's Michael Jackson on that pitch. Smooth. Zimbabweans finding each other well. Mazokera. Tariso has seen lots of the ball. Cuts back. Joshua Muller puts his body on the line. It's like a noble man would do for his country. Oftentimes, some of the Southern African, indeed all countries in Africa, sometimes have connections with their previous colonizers in terms of football. You know, Morocco and the Spanish, lots of Moroccan players end up playing in Spain. The mean, Lamal actually has his descent out in Morocco. It sometimes can have the effect of increasing the quality of the football, because it means that players are easily able to go play and trial and do their academy development that side. Well, for Namibia, there's an exciting initiative between themselves and Germany, who they were colonized by. Played earlier this year something called the Namibian Newspaper Cup, where they have their junior youth teams play against German youth teams. Namibians did well in that game, drawing 3-3 against Germany. Those connections sometimes have good effects football-wise. Lots of players then in your more successful Western countries like Mali, Gambia, Gabon. Those are one of the most successful teams in the 17 Cup of Nations. Well, they've got the ties and connections with the French, and that can also have its positive implications. Set piece here for the Namibians. Three-man wall for Zimbabwe. First start for that man, Blessing, in goal, Makuchana. Andriano sends onto the box, but it doesn't receive any blue shirts as you would have anticipated, just yellow. Played down that to Carlson Shoniwa. Valentine Macheka tried to provide the option in the box, cleared by Dickon Brock. Plays his football in Namibia at a country called, in a team called Reigersdal FC.
No.
Jamie Dendera intercepts that. He was very good against Eswatini, up and down that flank. Jamie Dendera. They've switched their wingers now. Mazokera playing more as a left winger as opposed to Tariwa. Tariso Zoa. Oh, makes a mistake again, does Chibika. Hasn't had the best game as the centre back today for Zimbabwe. Odinga leaves that one and only leaves it for Carlson Shoniwa to clean up for Zim. Chibika has had some mistakes in his game today. Namibians happy to sit with the mid to low block. Usep for this one to run into. The captain comes through to ensure that it remains Zimbabwean ball. That's planning a change now. The Zimbabweans, I wonder who the coach is going to take off. Jersey 18 I'm seeing prepping to come on. Early on, half an hour in. Away by Joshua Muller.
Do you want to come out? Yeah. Come on, you. Clean yourself up.
Tell him to come back.
Okay, Unaro. Support. Man. Sarase.
That's good work by Valentine Macheka.
Are you ready?
The boy not the most loudest on the pitch, but he's got the biggest footballing brain, Valentine Macheka.
Zimbabwe's first substitution.
Interestingly, then it's one of the players that have had the most touches on the ball that's going to make way. Chariso Muzowa makes way for Blessing Mukanya. 30 minutes into the game, Blessing Mukanya from Harare. It's interesting, I thought Muzowa had definitely played a decent brand of football. very attack direct-minded, but the coach knows the boys way more than we can know them and knows how to get them going. So perhaps that changes to salvage Zimbabwe's campaign here.
Cooper, let's work, Sean. Let's work. Side quick.
Pressing Okanya with his first touch, tries to put in Sadomba. Zimbabwe's goal difference now after those goals they conceded against Zambia is 1. I say that because that's one consideration to keep in mind, secondary to the head-to-head. Botswana's goal difference is -2. So there's an opportunity here for the Zimbabweans should they win the game. In fact, from Zimbabwe, when you speak to Phil Juvenga before the game, he says, yes, we may hope and see what happens in other groups, but our job here today is to win the game of football. At the moment, it's the opposite. They're trailing against Namibia. Namibia's goal difference is -7. So with the goal here, it becomes -6. Meaning Botswana have got slightly superior of a goal difference should they win also against the Comoros. There's just so many permutations and calculations. It's that time of the tournament where you need to watch the football game with the calculator next to you. Not for the Zambians, they have the calculators in class.
Don't panic. Don't panic.
Can't get into it. Blessing. Okanya is going to play it through now for Sadomba. Here comes the danger man, El Shaddai Sadomba. Plays in Tadiwa. Chakuchichi. Oh, he overplays it. He overplays it, does Tadiwa Chakuchichi. Needs to pull the trigger slightly quicker for me there. Takes way too many touches there. Bang! Hit it. And then he wants to beat Ebert Bell again. Wasteful from the young man. The touch wasn't the best, but from there I feel he should try something to challenge Kachendi in goal. Oh, that's a beautiful clip over the top by Mazukera. Namibia next year, in terms of their academy football, they're also going to be hosting I think a very exciting tournament in January of 2025. Tell you about that after the Zimbabwe attack. Okanya, Sadomba now, Macheka hits, Sadomba scores for Zimbabwe, 1-1. When you need him, he will come. When called upon, he will rise. When you need a goal, call El Shaddai Sadomba. It's 1-1, and the fight for the Zimbabwe Warriors is still on in Johannesburg.
El Shaddai Sadomba.
While the man of Golden Eagles gets his 4th goal, it's scrappy. But at this level of the game, anything will do. Strikers, predators instinct from El Shaddai Sadomba. 1-1 in Jozi. That's a beautiful angle from our cameras. Nice cutting there, Mr. Director. Fourth goal. That reads Sadomba. He scored the first hat-trick of the tournament. I'm sure he'll be thinking of some top goal scorer awards. There are awards, of course, at the end of the competition. And he then equals Abel Nyarongo's goal tally of Zambia. Does Abel Nyarongo. So now it'll feel a little bit more comfortable for the side. But counter drive, Adriano, Odinga, Joshua Muller tries to play it through to Brayton. It's going to come through here once again to El Shaddai. Now Tadiwa, Chakuchichi, cuts inside, Chakuchichi, cut back to Sajomba, goalkeeper does enough. Wow. It's a battle of the warriors, this. It really is that. The Namibian Warriors against the Zim Warriors, the Warriors of the arid deserts versus the Bulawayo Harare Warriors.
Hey, you saw that? Why are we not doing anything? Sorry? Okay, but that's okay. That's okay when you clean yourself up on the board. Come on. Let's be fair.
Chakuchichi comes in and plays it through, blessing Mukanya. Can't get towards that one. The game has definitely taken a slightly different trajectory. It started with a very high tempo. I said it that this is basketball game-like, end to end. Odinga, Joandri, Blessing Mukanya keeps it in play, not for long. Well, I hope all over the world where you're watching this, you're enjoying it. The neutrals definitely got their money's worth. I'll check on the score for you in the Zambia game and let you know how that's going. They're playing against Eswatini.
Come on, guys. Hey, what is wrong with you guys here?
I'm told that the score there is 1-0 Zambia. The UJAW Muller campus. This first half has got 5 or so minutes to go, 5 and some change. Checker. Brayton can't get sufficient enough of a touch. It's kept alive by Cristiano Yusef. I was still telling you about the Colin Benjamin Academy tournament that's going to be hosted in Namibia next year. It's in conjunction with Hop Hydro. It's going to be called the Hop Hydro Cup Namibia. January next year, starting on the 17th. It's going to have Mamelodi Sundowns. It's going to have FC Nürnberg. And it'll have Comas of Namibia. So it's going to be a decent tournament. That's a good spectacle of youth football. It's a very exciting time as a young boy who's 13, 14, even 12 years old to be involved and stuck in the development space. There were some critics of the selection process. They sometimes critiqued that the selection is sometimes congested in one area. For example, saw some Zimbabweans say that most of these boys picked from Harare and haven't got to the real outskirts and villages in Zimbabwe. And from a Namibian perspective, most of the boys that play centrally, Windhoek, in the coastal areas. But FIFA has recently launched, just of this year, a program known as talent development schemes. If you're a lover and follower of development football, you would have seen something known as TDS. That's what it is, FIFA Talent Development Schemes. And the purpose of that program is to expand the selection of the players to the most far and wide areas. I was privy to attend the South African Talent Development Scheme program this year. It's an under-15 program, the TDS. And it seems that there's a shift in world football at the moment to start developing the kids by under 15 to be ready to play at least some international football. This is Chadiwa Chakuchichi. Chakuchichi needs his man. Now this is where Chakuchichi starts to play. Back to the box. Blessing Mukanya. Good defense. Jamie Dendera is on the ball now, and he sees Blessing Mukanya. He suddenly opened up the game as Blessing. Valentine! Valentine Macheka with the brain in his left foot once again shows his intelligence. I told you when this boy played that his brain is not in his head, it's in his feet. And he shows it once again with his third goal of the competition. Zimbabwe lead from the back against Namibia.
Goal scorer.
Oh boy.
Number 15, Valentine Macheka.
It's Valentine's Day on the 9th of December. It's Valentine's Day on the 9th of December. Valentine Macheka. Stop that. The game is alive, and the Zimbabwean Warriors are the ones leading in trench warfare. It's a battleground out there at the moment. But Valentine shows some love back to Harare and back to Bulawayo. 2-1. Zimbabweans would feel that perhaps they deserve that. They've held the ball more. And there he is, third goal for him so far, Macheka, the youngster from Prince Edward. Now the momentum definitely with Zimbabwe. Macheka again goes down in the box softly from the challenge from Deccan Brock. We don't want to be the selectors tasked with selecting player of the tournament. These kids are all so talented. Mazokera tries to play it through for Sodomba. So our clock almost reaches 45, and I see assistant, well, fourth official Notando Buisile Kumane goes over to check how much time is added, and I'm checking. Well, I'm hearing 2 additional minutes are going to be added at the end of this stanza. There you see it, 2 additional minutes, 120 seconds. It's really been a good flowing football game, not too many stoppages. It's been a free-flowing game. You want to let the youngsters play, and Chakuchichi goes on here. Macheka is evaded by Malgas.
2 minutes, referee's additional time.
Adriano tosses it with his back almost there, does Mudinga. Macheka. Sure, Macheka's good. He's a little N'Golo Kante, Macheka. But N'Golo Kante that can score goals. Vulavala, show me your number. We saw that number 14. Dendera for Sodomba. It's going to fall for the loving Valentine Mukanya. Mukanya also has a shot on target that takes a touch. It's going to be a corner for Zimbabwe. Suddenly now their prospects of progressing to the semi-finals look a tad bit more hopeful. Zimbabwe. Poor ball that from Jamie Dendera to the box. Oh, good. Play that by the centre half. Chingoka. Smith is defending is sufficient. So I think that should about do it. I think I see referee has whistled to mouth here for the first half. Perhaps there's another play in store for Namibia. No, says the referee. That's the first half then of match 15 of 21. What a game here between Zimbabwe and Namibia. Namibia opened the scoring through Adriano Gwab after a mistake from Gary Chibika. And then the fight back is started firstly by El-Shaddai Sadomba, and then that man in your picture now, Valentine Macheka, gets the second to put Zimbabwe into the lead at the halftime break. It's been a really good watch this, a good spectacle of youth development football at the UJ Soweto Stadium, but the most important statistic at halftime is Namibia 1, Zimbabwe 2. The final ended 1-1. In fact, for the Namibians that year when they won it in the Mauritius Islands, they won both the semi-finals and the final on a penalty shootout. They were the penalty shootout kings. When it comes to knockout football, anything can happen. This is Adriano now, he's cut it out. Namibia could score first, leaves his marker for dead and scores for Namibia! This wasn't part of the script for Zimbabwe, but the Namibians are all about rewriting the script, carving their own narrative. And Adriano Gwab gets his first goal and puts the Zimbabweans on the ropes here. Leaves his marker for dead, the man of CBS Academy. After 122 minutes of football almost, he gets his first goal. The defender, oh, look at that, beautiful football. It's the captain, Chibika. His diesel engine has not got running yet, Chibika. He's made a couple of those mistakes, and this time, Adriano punishes him. Punishes Zimbabwe. 1-0 Namibia. Now the game is alive. It took us all but a dozen minutes to get going here. That's good work by Valentine Macheka.
Are you ready?
The boy, not the most loudest on the pitch, but he's got the biggest footballing brain, Valentine Macheka. In terms of their academy football, they're also going to be hosting I think a very exciting tournament in January of 2025. Tell you about that after the Zimbabwe attack. Mukanya, Sadomba now, Macheka hits, Sadomba scores for Zimbabwe, 1-1. When you need him, he will come. When called upon, he will rise. Jamie Dendera is on the ball now, and he sees Blessing Mukanya. He suddenly opened up the game as Blessing. Valentine! Valentine Macheka with the brain in his left foot once again shows his intelligence. I told you when this boy played that his brain is not in his head, it's in his feet. And he shows it once again with his third goal of the competition. Zimbabwe lead from the back against Namibia.
2 goal scorer.
Oh. Welcome back to it. The stage is still the UJ Soweto Stadium, where Zimbabwe lead by 2-1 against Namibia. Goals from El Shaddai Sadomba and Valentine Macheka are the ones that have found the Zimbabwean Warriors in the lead after Andriano Gwab from Namibia scored to open their account. So 45 minutes to go. Ivory Coast is in sight for Zimbabwe. Let's see if they've got what it takes to go all the way. Just received confirmation of the scoreline from AW Muller Stadium. And the Zambians are leading by 10-0 against Eswatini. Really, they're proving why the Copper Bullets is one of the leaders in the Southern African front. For now, we're occupied here. So it looks like that's first place in the group, all but confirmed then. With Zambia leading 10 out there. So Zimbabwe kick the second half off here then here. Let's see if Namibia can find a response, can find the patience, the precision, and the accuracy that's caused by the desert from which they hail from. Foul on Chingoka. It's Blessing Mukanya now. Chasing it down for Zimbabwe. So, at the moment, as things stand, Zimbabwe on 6 points. And the best second place team with Group C still to come. I'm sure they'll stay here behind to watch how Botswana and the Comoros play, because that's the game that they'll be interested in. But for now, this is Chakuchichi. Clear past Chiwowo with a skillful turn to the box. Sadomba puts it on his chest. Chiwowo. Dinga comes out with it now. So, sends him the wrong way. Go and you'll come back. Brayton. They're going to need those players now to stand up for Namibia. You're going to need them to play like they played in the second half against Eswatini. They really did find their life in the second period. Scored in the 90th minute. Stephen. A man by the name of Stephen Kamulu. I wonder whether he has the coming on in mind and impacting the game. Brock scoops it up for Yuseb. Good physical play to make sure that Yuseb doesn't get to the ball. Cristiano Yuseb, no goals yet for the young man for Namibia. Jersey number 3 after playing 140 minutes of football. Brock picks up his head and sees Antonio make the headway forward. Cheka, the loving Valentine. Now he tries to put in Tadiwa. Chakuchichi overruns it and then has a shot, and the goalkeeper saves that with his face. He saved that with his face as Kavenji. Chakuchichi, the ball was headed out. He makes sure to keep it in, and then little chip that he attempted. Inadvertently strikes the goalkeeper in the face. It's back up. You'll be happy that they weren't able to score another goal. Zimbabwe. Kabenji.
Brandon, it's a corner kick, my man.
Stort op! Stort op! Dus stort uit! Stort uit!
Chaku inside!
It's Chakuchichi.
Stort uit!
Chingoka. Looking for Mazokera or Chakuchichi. It's going to fall here. He'll not quite keep it in play. Will Tadiwa. So the tournament has produced lots and lots of goals. It was 40 at the end of day 5 yesterday. An average of 9 goals a game then. Or per day, rather. And then per game, it's about 3.33 goals. Good return by the youngsters. Wonder what the tally will be for the top scorer award. Last year, Siyabonga Mapena, not last year, the year before that, Siyabonga Mapena scored 9 on his way to the top scorer award. Perhaps Abel Nyorongo may fancy his chances, considering their dominance out there. He's not playing today, though. He's not on the score sheet. They've gone for a different Zambian team. As we see Chakuchichi. Chakuchichi opens up his body and then
Inside.
can't hit the target quite. Can Tadiwa Chakuchichi of Golden Eagles. Now he's finally playing in his also favorite role. When he comes down this right side, he can really be a threat in the opposition's territory. Anthems Quisep, captain of the side, tries to spur the charge forward to Cristiano Yuseb. Yuseb gets the better of Chingoka, then overruns the ball just slightly. So I say there were 40 goals scored, but if you consider then the 10 that Zambia have been able to score out at AW Mula and the 3 here, it means we've taken the tally now up to goals-wise 53 in the competition. And on average, still come at 3.3. Check-up opens up his body once again, blessing Makukanya. Can't keep it in play. Andriano now follows it on. Brayton Pauls is still chasing here, but maybe this could be Brayton Pauls. Beats the goalkeeper, scores! 2-2 in Johannesburg. What a game that we have on our hands here. Brayton Pauls gets his second goal of the competition.
Boys, come on.
Scored against Eswatini, scored goal number 1. This time he has the second, and the one that maybe keeps Namibia in the competition. Good physicality. Oh. Maybe it's the goalkeeper there. Is absolutely skillful from Brayton. Concedes a second goal, does Blessing Makuchana. The replacement goalkeeper conceded quite a few against Zambia, but he was very good shot-stopping wise. Sianda Zimba. In development football, it's important to give everyone a fair chance, an opportunity. Now the game firmly alive there. Namibia, I told you that when it comes to the second half, they somewhat able to get back and finally find their mojo and their rhythm and beats to the Windhoek drum. And they're playing to the Windhoek drum now. Foul on Tadiwa Chakuchichi. By Kusep. Chihuahua over the set piece. 5 players in the box from Zimbabwe. It's not going to get to any of them. Brayton chases it out and then collides with Jamie Dendera. Brayton Pulse, the youngster that plays for a team called Swakopmund FC. It's goal number 2 here.
Everyone a player. Chris.
Once again, there's some boys who have committed 5 players into the box. Valentine Macheka's on the edge of that area, so is Carlson Shoniwa. Once again, Zimbabwe are not able to get the ball into the box, and there's a foul by Chibika. Well, up for u17. Marked and watched by Cleopas Chihuahua. Round and round and round he goes. And then releases Muzokera. Sadomba. Chakuchichi now has space. Not that type of cross. That's not going to have any impact on getting beyond the goalkeeper. Oh, Mutinga, you beauty. Oh, he's a thing of beauty, Mutinga. Plays to his own rhythm on the pitch. Andonez Guiseb. Josh Muller. Good work to keep it alive. Now there's suddenly a bit of momentum for Namibia. It's all a game of momentum, this football. Where the momentum lies. Moments, it's a bit of an even Steven game. Chihuahua keeps it alive to Muzokera. It's coming from a Namibian point of view, so as to say. Now ball. Carlson Shoniwa sends a long one over the top. It stays alive here. If Blessing Mukanya can keep it in, he's fouled. Emilio Malgas. The goalkeeper stayed down. Kavenji.
Don't ignore us. Hello. Don't ignore us. Don't ignore us. It's not right what you are doing. Hey, you know it.
Sandwich for Mauricio Smith between Kanya and his goalkeeper Kavenji. It's a good atmosphere out here at the Soweto Stadium in Pimville. Good bunch of supporters have come through to support these two teams. The 1500 kickoff sees Botswana play against Comoros. Botswana went wild against Mauritius, scoring 6, and so after that they'll also feel that they've got a real opportunity to progress. And then South Africa versus Mauritius at UJ. A.W. Muller. This game mainly used for women's games in South Africa, the Hollywood Bet Super League, which came to its conclusion yesterday as the Sundowns were crowned champions once again. The UJ ladies team play most of their games here, while the men's team that plays in the 3rd division uses the A.W. Muller ground. This is Cristiano u17, pile driver all by himself. He chooses to use any of the options, does u17 of Green Dangers FC. He's played 2 full games. Shaddai Sodomba tries to get beyond David Bell. He's muscled out of the challenge. He's muscled out of the run he was making. And there's a good bunch of supporters, does El Shaddai. He's very loved and admired where he comes from. Voila. There's lots of green room to make a decision. Chooses to go for Joan Rimotenga. There's Cristiano Yuseb on the other side. Andriano, Joan Rimotenga. Cleared away by the Zimbabwe man, the way of Sodomba. Can't keep it in, Ken Tadiwa Chakujiji. He's been quiet so far. No real danger by him. He's seen the ball, but hasn't really threatened opposition teams like he did against Eswatini. I don't know that he stayed in. Chakuchichi, Malgas gets the header away. Here he is. Chakuchichi fouled on the edge of the box, but all in vain. Gets to the box and is cleared by Guseb. No real sugar this game for Zimbabwe or Namibia. They came on day one and displayed such confidence in their football. Games have become tighter and mean a little bit more now. Pulse between two Zim defenders. Chibika comes away with it. Oh, the lovely Valentine is fouled. It's going to be a set piece. Almost 20 yards out. Opportunity for Zimbabwe. It's 15 versus 15. Dickenbrock versus Macheka. So, two players potentially to take this. Chingoka and you know who. Valentine Macheka. There's a direct eye line to goal this. Valentine hits the wall from Namibia. Does its job. They've committed lots of numbers that wall, 4 to be exact. Clear pass. Chiwowo. Chiwowo! Keeps it in, clips it up. Now it's another goal for Zimbabwe. No. Looked like it nestled the net there. He thought he should have done better. Perhaps he should have. Blessing Mukanya. Clear pass Chiwowo. And then side netting there. Brayton Pulse on the other side with a counter to jive. Yuseb. Blessing the goalkeeper. Mukachana keeps his team in this one. Namibia are throwing everything at it now. They're throwing all they've got to the Zimbabwean team. Corner for Namibia. Bell the target. Foul by Bell and Co. Many Spectators from a Zimbabwe's perspective think that they should have kept their goalkeeper, Sianda Zimba, playing in the tie. As opposed to changing. But I'm going to answer that and say this is development football. So with development, every single kid that gets on a plane and comes here to South Africa to play in the competition needs some game time, needs to play, needs to feel and relish the moments. So perhaps that's why the goalkeeper change as Chakuchichi takes it on there. Andriano to Mutinga. Looks for Cristiano. Yusef picks up his head. Can Yusef get there? Goalkeeper's out of his line again. Cleopas Chihuahua needs to make do. Juandre. Antones. Now to the box. Namibia are definitely feeling it. They've got something to play for here. Sodomba turns, sees Blessing Mukanya making a run and plays him on. 25 minutes to go in this Group B game. 25 minutes to go for potentially Zimbabwe to salvage their tickets to the Ivory Coast.
Josh, one more here. Josh, one more here.
Or perhaps Namibia themselves want to head that side. Cristiano Yusef is through again, and Chingoka says, get up. Valentine just possessed by Joshua Muller, who plays in Andriano, and then the side flag comes up. So we're still telling you about that tournament that's going to take place in January in Namibia. Tell you about that after these changes. 2 for Namibia. Shumbi. He's come on as a change in every single one of these games. Has played a total of 58 minutes. Vitario Brunzel. Now this boy knows how to play football. Brunzel. And he replaces Motinga. But Brunzel was so influential in getting the fight back for Namibia. He's also very super sub-like. And he's played also 57 minutes across 2 games. Valentine wants to shoot again. Valentine is still on his feet. Oh, goodness. He's just stopped in his tracks. Good defending by Malgas. So yes, the Colin Benjamin Academy with Hop Hydro is hosting the Hop Hydro Cup in Namibia in Jan 2025. Oh, Brunzel, you beauty. Now it falls. Dickenbrock. The tournament is going to take place from the 17th of January. It's going to have the likes of Mamelodi Sundowns from South Africa, FC Nuremberg, and Comas. The teams that are going to be playing in Namibia. Vitario Brunzel. He's got lots of achus in him. And he's the target for the ball once again. Brunzel, what can he do with it? Sends it to the box. And he's going to win it here again. Vitario Brunzel! I told you about the boy. The boy knows how to come onto a game and impact it. He's won a corner here for Namibia. Well, the game is definitely alive now, isn't it? It's fully cooked. It's a development football extravaganza. Brunzel again for the shots. Pulse can't hit it either. Shumbi. Recycles, pulls the target. Nothing there. So Zimbabwe are preparing personnel changes to try and alter the situation. Need to do something. I don't know what Gerald Kutza said to these Namibians at halftime, but it's resonated to the boys. They've got the message loud and clearly. And now they're implementing it on the ground. Two changes are going to come now from Zimbabwe.
18. Blessing Mukanya. And coming on is jersey
Mukanya came on as a substitute. Comes off for Matonsi of Bomba Academy. So does Jerome Mooley come on, and Jerome Mooley is going to replace the fan favorites, Mazokera. Jerome Mooley, I'm told, is a player that's from the Victoria Falls, that area. Shumbi, Yuseb, oof, good box that. Mooley. Carlos Shoniwa is fouled in the midfield. 20 minutes to go. A draw, not enough. It's not going to be sufficient for Zimbabwe to get through, because it's going to mean that they've got just 4 points. It's a big achievement by these boys. To play at this stage, you really achieve something just by getting on a plane, putting on your kit and representing your country. Something that will be remembered by the youngsters for years and years to come. Deron Buckley, back in the day, in one of the first tournaments, 1994, here in SA, represented South Africa, went on to have a stellar career. So this is really where it begins. The journey to greatness, the lessons start here at the Under-17 COSAFA Championship and qualifiers for the Cup of Nations. Maybe I've been involved in a couple of tight races at the end of the group. Brunzel goes down in the box, doesn't appeal for anything. He knows there was nothing on that as Valentine Macheka sends it. Too much for Chakuchichi. Like I said, 4 points not enough for Zimbabwe, because Mozambique also have 4. And should Botswana beat the Comoros, they qualify. So it's 3 or nothing, and the boys on the pitch know it. It's 3 points, or it's a plane back to Bulawayo. It's a plane back to Harare. Macheka, one moment you see him, the next you don't now. Matonsi cuts it back. Chuku lays off. Valentine doesn't hit the target. Everett Bell puts his body on the line. Everett Bell is a man. Everett Bell in daughter. Now, still alive. Macheka. Carlos Shoniwa. Chakuchichi's off, limping. I wonder whether they'll need to replace him. But Matonsi, that's good. That's not enough. That's a brilliant block. 15 umnandi. Here he is, 15 again. Macheka. Zimbabwe coming to life. He's looking for Sadomba. Vitario Branzel for Namibia. Picks his head up and sees Yuseb across the pitch. Here comes another counter-attack. It's going to be started by Macheka. Here's El Shaddai Sadomba. 2 blue shirts, more retreating. He's all alone, yellow-wise. Matonsi comes to help. Everett Powell is a man. Everett Powell is a good defender. Putting his body on the line and really serving for his country. In that back line. Not ball through for Yuseb. Shumbi. That's a foul on Chingoka. 15 minutes, a quarter of 1 hour is all it's going to take for either of these sides to keep the Ivory Coast dream alive. To keep the dream alive, to go play in the biggest showpiece that they'll play in their lives. For many of these boys, playing at the Under-17 Cup of Nations is only but a dream. That many back home in Windhoek, many back home in Bulawayo can only dream of going and living the dream of many boys here. Living that dream comes a purpose, comes a responsibility of playing for the badge. Oof. Ooh. Ooh. Now to the box. Still alive here for Muli. Branzel's going to come away with it here. Comes Namibia. This is going to have a goal. I'm willing to put my head on the chopping block and say this is not going to end 2-2. Someone's going to win this. Whether it'll be the Namibians or the Zimbabweans. Shadomba, now it's available for Jakuji. Tadiwa Jakujiji. Tadiwa Jakujiji. Tadiwa Jakujiji was a follow-up goal to equalize. No, rather, to go into the lead for Zimbabwe. Soak it up, Bulawayo. Relish it, Harare. Tadiwa Jakujiji has finally scored and he's feeling cold. He's an ice cold man. He's 3-2. 3-2 in South Africa. Zimbabwe lead again. Do Namibia have another one in store? Is there another throw of the dice? Oh, good by Bell to evade Matonsi. But I said it, that the game was not done yet. I said there was another moment. I said there'd be something more. Now, Zim, so closer. So much closer. That much closer. Matonsi is by himself. Can he get on to this one? They're finally feeling the momentum. Macheka's on the box. Satomba! Probably seals it now for Zimbabwe. El Shaddai Satomba scores number 5.
Zimbabwe goal. Score update.
Brilliant that from the man all the way from Harare. Bulawayo, Mutare, Faith Bridge, Victoria Falls. El Shaddai Satomba, goal number 5. He's the top goal scorer at the moment in the competition, as Zimbabwe are probably just a step closer now to a semi-final for the first time in about 5 years. El Shaddai Satomba again. Do Namibia have something in them? Brunzel still wants to play. Brunzel still wants to jump. Yusef, oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Another one for Namibia. Cristiano Yusef this time. 7-goal thriller. It's not done just yet. It's not over. It's far from over. And Yusef gets his first of the competition. This is development football. Picture perfect adverts for COSAFA. Oh me, Valentine Macheka. Namibia have another goal in them. Can they respond? Do they have it in them to respond? Chaku Chichi wins one. Right on the edge of that box. I don't know what I'm watching either. Hope you're enjoying the spectacle. I mean, how wouldn't you? How would you not enjoy watching these two brilliant teams going head for head with one another, giving it everything they've got, these young players. They're playing for their badges. Valentine. Oh, Satomba.
10, Vatikapana, man.
How much time is left? How much time? How much more can these two teams take? How much more can these two fighters go for one another? 8 minutes plus some stoppages as Yusef turns, beats and leaves Cleopas Chihuahua on the ground and then doesn't put a decent enough delivery into the box. Macheka can't get it through to Chakuchichi. Oof. Yusef. Oh, touches a hand there of Shumbi. Madonsi is going to go to over the top from Chakuchichi. Muli. Jerome Muli back to the box, but over the line there. So I want to give you the permutations, the numbers. The numbers game is always an important one, especially in terms of qualifying. But the kids won't let me breathe. Jerome Muli. Saved by the goalkeeper. So simply how it looks then is if Zimbabwe win the game, they go second in the group and on 6 points. Their goal difference will be +2. While for Botswana, their goal difference is -6 if Botswana win their game. over the top by Mula for Ball.
Jamie!
Can we not make this quicker? The rest of us both up. Come boys.
Shumbi for Vidario Branzel. Zimbabwe conceded. It makes the task a lot harder once again. They cannot fall asleep. For Namibia, the same stakes. The stakes are as high. Dickenbrock. Shumbi. Muli wins it back. Smith for Namibia. Muller delays, pulling the trigger. Valentine, no look pass to Karuk. Slips. And then they pick it up. The charge now is led by Evet Bell. Marius Smith wants to take on Jamie Dendera on that outside. He's able to get something to the box for Yuseb. Now Shumbi. Oh! It's going to be a corner. 3 changes for Namibia. Wow, look at this. A triple change for coach Gerald Gutter. So they're going to bring on jersey 13. 12 first. Ronald Kanju. 8 belonging to Del Piero Kwam, who's captained the side a couple of times. And 13 is Montgomery.
Jersey number 13. Montgomery.
So Dickenbrock goes off.
And coming on is jersey number 2.
13 belongs to Montgomery of Swakop, who plays with Dickenbrock back in his homeland. Geez, I hope you've enjoyed the action. It's been good. Brayton Pulse is the other player. That's why they even brought on Stephen Kamulu. In these times, he'd be the one to look forward to for Namibia. Brunzel. Goalkeeper spills. Namibia score! It's 4-4, ladies and gentlemen. What am I watching? What has occurred at the UJ Stadium? The script has changed countless times. Time and time again. 8-goal thriller. Namibia still in it. 4-4. Ronald Kanju has been on the pitch for not even 5 seconds. That's his first touch of the game. That is the first time that Ronald Kanju touches the ball. The goalkeeper spills and Kanju says, "Thank you very much." Oh my goodness. Oh my word. This is COSAFA. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful COSAFA qualifiers. We are not done. We are not done just yet in this 8-goal thriller. Muli leaves Satomba can't hit. Yo. Sometimes that's all you can say. Sometimes all you can say is yo. Because no, for real, yo. This is Matonsi. Is there a winner? I predicted a winner. I was given a couple more goals. This is Macheka. Macheka plays it one more to Chakuchichi. It's going to be a corner for Zimbabwe. These are youngsters that are used to playing in the streets of Windhoek, in the streets of Harare, and now they're doing it on the grandest stages of the Southern African continent. They're playing the best football on the Southern African front, and we are here to see it. We are here to witness this spectacular showcase of youth football. Boys that are not afraid to play, boys that want it, boys that are hungry. 2 minutes, corner Zimbabwe. Chakuchichi wants a touch there. It's going to be cleared here by Kwam.
Come boys. 5 more.
1 hour's time is going to be added. My heart can't take it anymore. I'm sure the hearts of all the viewers in Bulawayo, in Windhoek, can't take it anymore.
Up, boys! Up! Up! Forward!
8 goals in this game. Lots and lots of spectators crying for the other Zim goalkeeper, Sianda. They're saying the game would have gone better if Sianda Zimba was on the park. Jakuchichi chases goalkeeper Katenji. Yuseb fouled on the edge of the box there. It's a set piece for Namibia, and it's going to be a card for Cleopas Chihuahua. Oh my word. Oh my word. Oh my word. Cleopas Chihuahua into the book. Yellow card for him. As a commentator, these are the games that you love calling. No real breaks in between, but it's the best type of football. It's Southern African football at its finest. This referee says 3 minutes, 180 seconds.
Referee's additional time.
Botswana when they qualify. This ends in a draw. We'll have to go calculate and see towards the end. I won't be able to tell you who qualifies if this ends in a draw, because it will need to be decided. Namibia up. Oh.
Early, man! Early, Baba! 3 minutes! Push up!
Tell you what, Chakuchichi looks like he's won that. Looks up and sees Valentine Macheka. Valentine, he has time and space. Says he's looking for a handball. Referee, what's he said there? Corner kick for the Warriors. Coming in this morning, no one would have anticipated this. No one would have dared to dream that the game would take this path. Out of picture, Cleopas Chihuahua feeds to the box. Goalkeeper Katenji doesn't deal with it. It's cleared by Gusab.
Come boys.
I know. Some supporters crying for the other goalkeeper. It happens sometimes. Like I said, it's development football. You've got to give every single kid a chance. That's why we're here. We had to develop these boys. Apart from winning, we had here to learn the lessons. I understand there's qualifications and stuff at stake. But at the end, it's all about really developing the kids. And for me, playing in a game like this, playing intense 90 minutes like this, end to end, is the real victor of the day. If the two teams end like this, both of them have won and both of them go home with smiles on their face. But some don't want to go home. Satomba, goalkeeper, saves it. None of them want to go home, especially the Zimbabweans. They don't want to go to Harare. Sianda Zimba, the other goalkeeper, is laying on the ground now. He can't believe it. If we get a shot there that shows you, that's him there on the picture. He is there on the left side. He can't believe it. It looks like a handball there. It stays in play. Time running out. Shumbi. Foul for Namibia. And that's probably, well, my 180 seconds and my timing is done here. You see the clock. 3 minutes is up. Yusef, maybe the last kick of the game. Keeps it alive. Montgomery. Now! Oh, no, me! Offside. Done and dusted. 8-goal thriller. 4-4 for
for Zimbabwe, they will have to hope and pray and hope to the Bulawayo gods that it works out in their favor, that they qualify. For Namibia, that's where the COSAFA championship journey ends. But man, have they given us a showpiece. What a game. What a showcase of development football. 4 goals Namibia, 4 goals Zimbabwe, 8 in total. It's been goals galore here at the u17 Stadium. A bit of a bittersweet feeling by both the sides on the pitch. None of the boys smiling. All of them head down. But I promise you, boys, put your heads up. You've treated us, Southern Africa. You've showed the rest of the world your talent. And that is the real victory. We've seen your abilities. Youngsters like El Shaddai Sadomba. I hope we'll be able to see him again somewhere. Tadiwa Chakuchichi, Everett Bell, Brayton Pulse, Marashio Smith, Valentine Macheka. The boys have good footballing ability, but football will kill you a real death. Thanks for tuning in to COSAFA TV and your CAF platforms. After 90 minutes, after an exciting game, it ends 4 Namibia, 4 Zimbabwe. The Namibians, that year when they won it in the Mauritius Islands, they won both the semi-finals and the final on a penalty shootout. They were the penalty shootout kings. When it comes to knockout football, anything can happen. This is Andriano now. He's cut it out. Namibia could score first. Leaves his marker for dead and scores for Namibia. This wasn't part of the script for Zimbabwe. Next year, in terms of their academy football, they're also going to be hosting I think a very exciting tournament in January of 2025. Tell you about that after the Zimbabwe attack. Mukanya, Sadomba now, Macheka hits, Sadomba scores for Zimbabwe, 1-1. Good defense. Jamie Dendera is on the ball now and he sees Blessing Mukanya. He suddenly opened up the game as Blessing. Valentine! Can't keep it in play. Andriano now follows it on. Brayton Pulse is still chasing here. But maybe this could be Brayton Pulse. Beats the goalkeeper. Scores! 2-2 in Johannesburg. What a game that we have on our hands here. Wins. (4-2) for Namibia. Brunzel. Goalkeeper spills, Namibia score! It's 4-4, ladies and gentlemen! What am I watching? What has occurred at the UJ Stadium?